Alright, take 2 of the 360 degree motovlog. Running a second take due to harassment that I do not want to include on the 360 degree video. I'd rather that this have nothing to do with what individuals have been banding together to do to me. So I want this to just purely be no drama, all riding, all love of motorcycles. But welcome to Indian Point, one of the oldest prehistoric settlements in this area. In fact, the oldest settlement of any kind. I believe the Whittlesea people. And I made a video at Indian Point with my dog that you can view, so please watch that. But I've been digging into some local history now after doing some ghost hunts late at night, because the town does eventually sleep early in the morning. Sorry about yelling there, lurch forward a little bit. But and that is a prime time to go out and record and be alone with my thoughts. But in my delve into history, in my deep dive, I'm going to find a gear here is appropriate for the hill. I discovered something pretty cool. The area in which I live is actually the early western settlement location for that area. Like before there was Menor, before there was Chardon, before there was Painesville, there was a man by the name of Abraham Skinner who brought his family after fighting the American Revolution and founded a town called Skinner's Landing, which had 3 warehouses, 2 taverns, and a distillery. And as the surrounding area grew up, and Painesville and Chardon and other, I got eyeballed by that wildlife officer, not sure why. But Skinner's Landing sort of just became a residential area then. But it's also known as New Market, and it was founded in, let me close this so you can hear me. It was founded in 1803, and that is one of the earliest western cities in Ohio, behind a town on the Ohio River, I believe, and then also Cincinnati, and there are a couple other ones I can't pronounce. I'm not sure if it's Cthulhu, something like Cthulhu, something like that. But then it was Skinner's Landing. So that was pretty awesome. The van smells like it's diesel. A lot of people in this area behind me back there at the stoplight, individual said that's called riding the clutch. Now, a lot of people in this area seem to have a misunderstanding on actually how to ride a motorcycle. And guys, at low speed, you use the clutch to start and stop. That's the function of the clutch. Now, that comment is so frequent around here that it's just, it's something that you sort of brush off. You hear it so much. But something else while looking into history, while I was looking for all these, little ghost stories and to hear all these interesting tales, and there are many around Painesville and Mentor and in Lake County. We do like our ghost stories. So I'm looking forward to bringing some of those to you on a bicycle, like a woman who haunts Lake Erie College there in town. There's a old theater location which now has a pharmacy, which is haunted, or supposedly haunted. And I have been there before, and I have heard muttering, but it turned out to be a homeless person on the curb who was talking to himself. It's the county seat, and so there's a lot of services, and there's a county jail there, the courthouse. So there's a small homeless population that seems to frequent the area. I've heard tales that there's a homeless population camp, but all the locations that are listed, as that supposed camp, there doesn't seem to be anything there. I didn't really go looking for it, but they are elusive enough that you can't see the camps, or at least I can. I don't know where any are. But because it's the county seat, in fact, Skinner had held the first, I believe, either the first court or the first city council meeting in one of his barns. So it's kind of awesome. I'm not sure it was considered, Painesville then, but Skinner's Landing is still at the time or Newmarket. Right, that was a site there. That's something for everyone to look at on the 360 video. Some nice scenery. Also in my deep dive, relating to everything, I ran across a woman by the name of Marge Hurlburt, and I had not heard anything about her. And I didn't know about her, and I didn't know that there was a women's aviation museum at Burke Airport in Cleveland. I can't tell if this person's crossing the... We'll stop and wait for him. I'm glad that I did, because school, for whatever reason, I don't know, they speed things up. Isn't it Sunday? I don't know what's going on there, but we'll keep our speed down. But anyways, this woman, back after World War II was over, she broke the women's speed record in a Corsair, which is a turbocharged, large, propped Pratt & Whitney fueled, Pratt & Whitney powered radial engine aircraft that has an inverted gull wing on it, and I believe her record was 337 miles per hour, and the aircraft itself is capable of upwards of 500 miles per hour, but not without damaging the vehicle. But it did, I think, reach 400 miles an hour routinely in World War II, dogfights perhaps, evading, or they had an extremely fantastic rate of climb. A lot of German and Japanese aircraft were more maneuverable, but I don't think there was anything out there that could beat the Corsair in top speed until jets came about near the end of the war there. But it was an extremely powerful aircraft that made it ideal. And here's Evergreen Cemetery again, and this Nightmare Hill that I biked up, and here goes this guy, he's biking it up. You got it, buddy. I don't know what I was going to say there, but it made it ideal for carrier takeoffs, because it just had so much power. It was turbocharged. I think it was may have been the first American war craft that had a turbocharger in it. Wikipedia said supercharger, but I've actually watched a training video from World War II where they refer to the Corsair's power system and engaging the turbocharger and explain the turbocharger system to pilots. And you can still watch that. It's like an very old Army training video. I thought it was pretty fascinating. But anyways, this Marge Hurlburt, and that Corsair that she broke the speed limit in, she called her aircraft the city of Painesville. The town where she was born and raised. So I thought that was super awesome. I had not heard anything about her. But perhaps the most fascinating tidbit of information about her is that she was part of the women's aviation service, like in World War II, where she would ferry aircraft around the country. I assume, this country, they didn't really specify, but I think domestically, but maybe overseas too, I don't know. But one of her other duties too was to tow targets for aerial target practice. So this woman actually trained our service men who were, to dogfight, essentially, to fire their weapons. I think it had 2 dual machine guns up front, but I'm not sure if it was behind the prop or not. Probably on the wing, who knows, I don't know. But she trained them to lead, targets and, fire their weapon system, which is super awesome. And she's literally, her job was to get shot at the target itself. I'm sure it was towed behind her a long, long ways, and it's hard to hit a target anyway, but who knows? Where would you want where would you want to be when someone's firing live rounds at a towed behind target? I suppose it could be for ground troops to fire at. It didn't specify, the article didn't specify, but I assumed it was for dogfighting, but I don't know. It could have been, for AA guns, but either way, it looks like something I think I just ran over. I didn't see it in the road. They look like an air conditioning filter. Oh, it wasn't hers though, but that's okay. But anyways, I look forward to bringing you more ghost hunting videos and more history, more tidbits of little history around here that I've learned in the area, which is pretty cool. Surprising number of Revolutionary War veterans settled here. Civil War veterans, Revolutionary War veterans. Oops. And let's see what else. Oh, there's even a Spanish-American War veteran in that cemetery up there. There's a monument. I'm not sure if there was a veteran, but there was a monument for the American Civil War. So I guess I shouldn't. I'm sure there's probably veterans from nearly every major conflict. Several from the Revolutionary War. And I think the first settlement too in the marshlands, the Menor marshlands there, the guy who settled that and got the property off of the Western Reserve, because I think a lot of these fur trappers and such would, a lot of these fur trapping companies owned a lot of the land, or they stole them from Native Americans, however they obtained them, treaties or whatnot, some sort of swindling endeavor. But anyways, after he obtained the land, or obtained a tract of land there in the Menor Marsh, and he then left his family and went to become, I think, the governor of Ohio. Maybe even the first governor of Ohio, which is pretty wild. So, this area pretty much was the beginning of Ohio. So that's super awesome, super cool. But we're approaching now Skinner's Landing, and also the house that I live in. So rather than take you right there, I think I'll just say goodbye, and I think the next video will probably be some spooky videos, because I'm into that now. I think it's an awesome, as I said in one of my videos, a gateway to history. So I bid you adieu, ride safe, be awesome, and I'll catch you later.